Hello, this is Max Questers, and today we are having a Let's Play of the next chapter of the Castlevania Anniversary Collection, and hopefully the last one for this collection. This is Castlevania Bloodlines. In this one, in 1917, there's a countess by the name of Elizabeth Bartley, who is the one who is trying to revive Dracula. As far as I know, it is the latest game in the timeline, chronologically, of the series. Until I'm sure I'll one day be proven wrong about that. Now, I've actually tried playing this already, but the recording got very much messed up, so I might have forgotten to turn the mic on for the entirety of a play. Thankfully, I didn't complete the entire thing, but I got super far. So let's go ahead and give this another go, shall we? We'll be playing this through with John Morse. I have absolutely no idea or not if he's actually related in any way to the Belmonts. I'm going to assume he has some distant longevity from there in the line. And he's wielding the vampire killer whip, so surely he must have some relation. But how in the world they got a Belmont all the way from Texas, USA? A little biased there, I'm not gonna lie. But also I have no idea who Eric Lecard is. I'm assuming related to Alucard in some way, maybe? That's my only guess. But they use a completely different weapon set with the Alucard spear. But we are going to be playing with John Morse. Good old classic whip style. We start in the ruins of the Castle of Dracula in Romania. Our stages are actually on every area of the country. Actually, not the country. In multiple countries. It's a world tour, if you will. Not all just through Transylvania. In fact, we're even starting in Castlevania itself. Game systems is not too different from any other Castlevania game, of course, but there's a few differences. For one thing, for once, we are not using hearts as our currency, they're gems. But there's still plenty of side weapons to be able to work with. We have our little boomerang dagger here. It's like a combination of the cross and the dagger. It's a very handy weapon. And that would be your potion weapon that you'll never see again. Okay. And this also is the first introduction of these eyeball characters that are flying at you. We've had characters that are like that similarly, but not quite like that manner. Of course, we got our good old fishman. Can't be a Castlevania game with a collection of fishmen. We got our boneheads, and their bones at us from afar. And of course, you always get your classic flying bats. Always with flying bats. With a lot of bats. Another feature of this game, mini bosses. That's right, this is not a boss, this is a mini boss. He's only halfway. Very big fire-breathing hound, and he's a very big one. Now he's half the hound he once was. Woo! And they definitely upgraded the death effects now as well too, as we're going to be seeing when we get to some bigger bosses. Also, another special thing that's going on, we get special attacks with the sub-weapons. By holding up on the specials button, you'll be able to do a more expensive attack, but also stronger. Much more of a bigger range. And of course, you got your classic wall shoot. And we also have a very powerful whip version here. Much more increased in power, it does tons of damage. But if we get hit, possibly lose it. You have to be very careful with it. Not to mention, it also comes with a special side weapon. It does, ooh, like, it's just, oh, it's an amazing weapon. Well, next time we get it, I'll show you. But it is a very powerful sub-weapon. It's a blast that goes pretty much all over the place. Well, it's not even a blast, it's like a snake. It's like Snake, only a super fast, flaming electric trail. It's crazy. Actually, I don't think I've seen what this one's. Ah, that would be the Holy Water Bouncer on its special. There seems to be a lot of the same versions of skeletons in this game, but they kind of change up a little bit between some levels, at least in looks. But there's still a lot of them, which makes sense. It is a Castlevania game. Skeletons are very, very scary. But that is a very intimidating one there. Full of, oh, what's down here? Ah. And in this game, instead of the rosary for doing an insta-kill, we have ourselves a magic mirror. That's your room clear. Few and far between. You also have up attacks. Whenever you do a jump, sometimes you'll end up getting the ability to jump. Or when you jump, you'll get an attack that goes diagonally upwards. Not the most, a much more useful attack for dealing with those darn flying creatures. Oh, turkey. I think it's turkey. Turkey beef. Feels like it changes sometimes. It's mystery meat, that's for sure. Anime mystery meat. Ah, it's falling down. Oh, one up. Always happy to see that. Ooh. Anyone who's played Symphony of the Night knows that sound. That's the intro tune when you have Richter fighting off Dracula. It makes me wonder if I'm playing this game in the creation chronology right, because I know there's supposed to be another game. I believe it's Rondo of Blood. I think that'll be the next game on the series that we're playing. Once we move over to the next collection version, which will be the advanced version, so when the game started moving over to mobile. Well, not mobile, but Game Boy. Ooh, close. Almost got me there. It's night bosses. Falling apart. Don't worry, it's just only a flesh wound. Ooh, he kicked me. Poor guy, he's falling apart. And he's taken care of. Pretty sure it's just a skeleton covered in armor, but he can be a little bit of a threat if you let him be, but if you don't, he'll just fall to pieces. Something about, you know, yada yada, it's just a flesh wound, yada yada, I'll put your ankles off. And this game, ooh, yeah, the lives and continue system, gotta mention that. So, as you can see, there's a password system for this game. And the reason why is that in this game, you only get 2 lives per life. But alongside your lives, you get only 2 continues. And if, unlike the other Castlevania games that we've played on the channel so far, if you run out on those, then it is going to be back to the beginning of the game. Nope, not just... Oops, and we've already lost 1. Yikes, that's not good. When things get a little darker, we'll, well, we might have to switch to saving at the beginning of rounds. Just to at least make some sort of continue system without having to repeat the entire game. Which can end up being a problem. Also, funny joke, we have a Minotaur wielding a scimitar! Oh, this game and its jokes. Also, if you be a little impatient, you will definitely getting yourself a lot of hurt. Also, we have ourselves an auto-scroller level. Very fun. We have to hurry up and climb the stairs of Atlantis if we want to get out. Oh, and now the Minotaurs are wielding a spear weapon here. I know it has a specific name, but I don't quite know it I think it's an Adachi, but it's either that or the very long sword. Ooh, almost had him. What up? Nice. Definitely want to get as many of those as possible. There's a lot of things that can make your day end in a very sad time if you are not careful. Especially when it takes only one hit to send you to your grave. Yeah, definitely be very careful about what you do. Now then, when I mentioned that there were middle bosses, well, we got this guy here, who's actually super easy. This guy here literally just does this. He spawns to the left, spawns to the right, spawns to the left, spawns to the right, spawns to the left, and then he dies. Very easy. Oh! Wow, that fight went on long enough I realized what he was doing. He's actually making the water rise. I didn't realize that. I've never let him live long enough to actually see that happening. But now, we have another fight going on. We are fighting, like, these big tin can warriors that are, like, empty. His big shtick is that he's a little too long in his shots. Don't worry, he's not alone. There's actually a third boss fight. This one, you have to stay back, or else he'll kill you this way. And then he'll get jumpy. So one you want to get in nice and close, one you want to keep your distance. And in no time, they're gone lickety-split. And then we move on. Not very many chances to heal on this one. Ah, this level. This one gets a little bit, watery. Oh yes, and Medusa heads. Can't forget Medusa heads. Not Castlevania without flying Medusa heads. Oh dear. Nope, I kind of threw into that one, didn't I? Oh, there we go. Another life lost. Good thing we picked up a 1-up along the way. I think when we complete this one, I'll give a little extra save for a continue sake. Since we lost 2 lives and we only got 2 continues. And we want to have every chance we can to actually really move forward. And it takes a while to get all the way back to wherever you start if you have a continue and you don't have the passwords. In fact, I haven't even tried the password systems. I have no idea if you use those, if they give you all the continues and lives back or not, and just start you back exactly where you stopped. But I'm just going to use, since the Anniversary Collection comes with little 1 save state, I'm going to use that 1 save state as my extra continue. It just makes things just a little more bearable, that's all. Alright, on to the next part. Thankfully enough, the boss of this area won't be too difficult. You'll see when I see him. He's a little bit of a pushover in my opinion. Bit of a hard hitter too. Well, that poor work of art. Apparently the weakness of those guys is their toes. And of course you got your your bone pillars. Classic as well. And then you got your bone dragons as well, another classic. And destroyed he is. But being on the Sega, they had a few extra features that were being attempted, such as having like a... Oh no. That was bad. Uh-oh. Running out of lives really quickly. Don't want to hold on to those. But yeah, with it being on the Sega Genesis, the graphics have definitely been very much improved. But I still think Castlevania 4 is a superior version, graphics and controls-wise, considering they allowed you to attack in 8 directions. In this one, even though there are improvements... nuts. Oh, no, they got me. Bone pillars. The bone pillars in this version are the worst, in my opinion. Then again, I always think the bone pillars are the worst. Oh, jeez. If you are not in, like, the perfect position, those guys will get you. They get you a lot. Thankfully, we got some meat. We definitely needed that. Take care of these clubmen. For this one, since he's a little in the way, I'm going to go ahead and just whack him with that. Oh. Jumping. Yeah, right. Jumps, right. Those. That's a thing. Gotta really, really watch my own step. Yes, I get it. They jump better than me. I'm working on it. I'm not jealous of your jumping ability. Maybe a little, but not a whole lot. I'm sure that time I don't get hit. Ooh, almost got him. That. There we go. Forward we go. Thankfully, the top bonehead doesn't hit us. Oh, right. We only get the wall item once. That doesn't help very much. Oh, that was rude. No. No, no, no. No, you mini juggernauts. Not gonna happen. Okay. Oh, and that one actually sinks, so you gotta be a little hurry on that one. Now this one's a little finny, a little rough. Because that one is in a position that really hurts you. Oh, and then we got a whole bunch of Minotaurs down here. Pretty much in order to handle them, you have to use a sub-weapon, or else you're gonna get in for a world of hurt. Thankfully, they go down with just a couple hits. They seem to only have two main sub-weapons. It's the axe and the boomerang blade. Ah, here we go. We have the boss. It's a big old worn-down golem. Doesn't seem to be that big a problem. Not to mention, doesn't exactly do much. He kind of stands there and lets himself get hit. And then he's the Frankenstein of this series. Except for when we actually see the real Frankenstein's monster. He just walks back and forth, and he'll hit the ceiling. And makes chunks fall. Oh no, that might actually be bad. Okay, maybe I'm actually getting a little too cozy. Yeah, I'm being a little too cocky for myself. Yep. Because if I'm perfectly fine, if I don't jump around like a silly person, I will be able to get him without getting hit. Oh dear. Ooh, that was a little scary. And I got him. It got a little scary there on only one hit more to go. Yikes. But take that, Mr. Golem. Easy peasy. Once you know you don't mess around. And we only had literally 1 point of health and 1 life left. Now then, as I was saying about the continue system earlier as well. The funny thing about the continues literally put you in the same spots as when you lose a life. It's almost So it's more like you have 6 lives in total, unless you pick up anyone's. Oh, and next we have the leaning power of T. Did I say the power of Pisa? No, the Tower of Pisa in Italy. Oh, it's... And I'm going to actually save here to act as a working continue without having to start everything over when we eventually lose all lives. Because these harpies, if you get stuck playing with them, they can be a pain in the bum. Gotcha. Next up, we got... Ooh. Some big bullies here. There we go. Take care of that. They actually rip the pillars off these columns. Or, yeah, you know what I mean. I wish I could go attack straight up, but... Nope, you can't attack straight up. Only diagonally. But that does at least allow for one cool feature, which we'll see very shortly. Oh no, that's not good. Oh, we got hit by the bone pillar. And that's a life. And we have to now get a continue used. Lovely. Yeah, I actually want to deal with that flying eye before moving forward. Okay, so he's officially annoying. Because there's a lot of bone pillars. So you don't want to have to stop and fight that thing on those. Same with that little guy who's guarding the exit. And we got these harpies guarding this area. Not fun. Now we also have a mummy. And we also have the ability to swing from the rooftops. As long as they have the right points. Which I think sometimes it doesn't entirely matter where it is. I think it doesn't matter as long as you hit the tip of the whip in the ceiling. Then you could be able to pull a Final Fantasy? No, just like in Castlevania 4, they had those little whip zones, little hooks. But this one, sadly, it's only... Oh, yes, and we had a Bone Dragon mini-boss here. A little bigger, does fire lots of fire blasts, but as long as you stay underneath him, he won't really get you. So he's not that big of a problem if you have the axe. Even if you don't have the axe, he's not really that much of a problem. And now we have another auto-scrolling level. This game loves its auto-scrolling levels. And especially with Medusa heads. Thankfully, it's not too long. But it does get annoying when it comes to Medusa heads. Lots of them. Almost to the top here, just a few more hops, skips, and jumps. Up we go. I mean, I think it's almost to the top. And I misjumped. Lovely. I'm going to be making a lot of those, I can already tell. Oh, lovely. And I lost the whip piece. Okay, dodge those guys. Actually, I want this one. Do I want that? No, there's another one I want. I want the flying dagger. The flying dagger is going to help me in this next part immeasurably. Because the next part has some very annoying guys in a very annoying situation. Even more annoying of a situation than this. Can you believe that? Well, actually, maybe it's slightly less annoying. Pretty similar. Yeah, I thought that was going to be... Hey, that's a 1-up. Didn't know there was going to be a 1-up there. That helps out a lot. I'm so used to wanting to stick to the left in places. find that a lot of people have either a fixation of going to the left or to the right in a lot of instances on where they want to stick to. And I always found mine to always stick to the left most of the time. I really shouldn't, I find. Oof, I got whipped by a... Thinks he can whip me? You are no OG whipper. The vampire whip, you guys. There we go. That's what I wanted. I've got 10 shots so far. 11 shots so far. Oof, those guys are gonna be annoying. Nope, don't need you. Now we gotta be very careful of our footing here. I don't know why, but we got a whole bunch of flying platforms on the outside of the leaning tower. And we have these very annoying flying guys, who very much like to try and kill us. Like that, by knocking us off. And disrupting us when we're trying to jump around. Not cool. We're gonna have to be careful next time. Darn it. Don't worry, we'll slowly get through this. It can only stop me so much. Gotcha this time. Alright, there we go. Flying dagger. Or cross dagger. Or just boomerang. I keep wanting to call it different things. Oh boy, but we only got 2 shots, so we gotta make them count. Okay, I guess that could have been worse. Okay, I could just let them make their loop, and then as they come in at me, try make my attack, I suppose. But where's the fun in that? Not dying part. That's the part that's fun about that. Oh! And I don't know how it is, but every time I always manage to find the gap in that little platform section. Every time. It was one of my biggest peeves when I was doing the actual... my previous Let's Play attempt on this. Always fell. Tons of times. In an exact spot. Oh well, it is what it is, as they say. We've got a few more gems this time around. Namely, one more gem this time. Okay, let's see if we can not lose to the boss, the gravity boss this time. And no, I did not. I failed to the gravity boss once more. Okay, I think this is a good point to take a pause. We've almost reached that 30-minute mark. I might double back just to get an extra continue because it is going to be really rough for the rest of the playthrough, I'm sure. But hey, thank you very much for watching. This has been Max Quest. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. See you later.